Hi, it's Janet, and I'm here for another Sweeping Saturday episode. Today we're going to talk about line of delivery, and I know that we had a previous video where we talked about hack setup and line of delivery from the hack, but we wanted to give you a more comprehensive perspective of line of delivery as it applies to the entire trajectory of the curling rock. So we're starting here today in the house where the skip would be standing, and you'll see a number of rocks set up across the T-line. What I need you to pretend is that these are each broom placements. So we have a rock there so that you can see it, but each one of these is a different position where a skip might put a broom. One of the things that sometimes curlers get concerned about is when they see that their skip has put the broom either on the outside of the 12-foot on one side of the sheet, or perhaps the other side of the sheet, the outside of the 12-foot, and they think, holy smokes, how am I supposed to line up and have my rock throw all the way out there? But what we wanted to show you with all of these lines of yarn and string going up the ice is that although it looks like quite a wide angle from this end, as we get closer to the hack end, you'll see that it's a very small movement and adjustment in the hack that's going to allow you to slide on the target line and therefore make your shot. So for this demo, we have the entire thing set up from a right-hander's hack. And I just want the left-handed curlers to recognize that the principles are all exactly the same if you're throwing from the left-handed hack as it is from the right-handed hack. And what I wanted to show you is those wide angles that we developed at the far end have now become much smaller at the hog line. And you can see that each one of the strings that is reflected at the away end is reflected here at the hog line. So this yellow tape is actually the edge of the 12-foot. And this line here is the edge of the 12-foot on the other side of the sheet. And you can note from the broom used as a measurement that at no point should you ever be sliding, when you slide up to the hog line, anywhere past about the 3.5 feet of the broom length. Okay, as we work our way back towards the hack, you can see that the same pieces of string are reflected here, edge of 12 on one side, edge of 12 on the other side, and you can see that the angle is becoming much smaller, and the area in which you have to line up and slide between as you cross the T-line is even further reduced. So when you're out practicing, you can check and you can notice if you've ended up sliding out of the hack and you're way over on this side of the sheet at the T-line, you're certainly not lined up to throw any rocks that would ultimately end up on sheet 2. Okay, so now you can see that we're back at the throwing end, at the hack at the throwing end, and the rock is set up in front of the hack from which we're going to deliver. And you can see again, the lines of the skip's broom run right back through to the middle of the rock. So our adjustments that we need to make in order to line up properly are very, very small. So if you recall our earlier videos where we talked about lining up, it's pointing your toe, your knee, squaring your hips, squaring your shoulders, dropping down into the hack in the ready position and staying there. That will allow you to slide out on the line of delivery that you've set yourself up for. And a final thought for you is, as I said at the beginning, if it seems a bit onerous to see the broom way out on the side of the 12-foot or anywhere across the sheet when you're lining up in the hack, just think of these lines and draw that imaginary line down through the hog line, through the close rings, and right down through the hack, and line yourself up that way. It's kind of like a little bit like putting. Pick a spot on the green that lines you up to the hole, pick a spot on the ice that lines you up to the broom, and slide on that target.